We are live, folks. We are live. I trust you can all hear me. I trust you can hear me and see me. Oh, Lord. We're having a moment, folks. We're having a moment. I trust you can hear me. There's two of you here. I'm going to hop into the chat on my iPad because I'm on my phone because it's impromptu. Blah. I'm in the chat, y'all. So drop me a line and let me know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know you can hear me. And just let me know if you can. Let's see if you can. Can you pick that up for mommy and pass it to me? No, never mind. I got it. I got it. Makes things easy to handle. So we're a minute in. And what are we going to talk about today? You can change your mindset. I'm going to walk you through how to do this. I'm going to wait for a couple more minutes till more people get here so we can start. So, hello, Melissa. It's good to see you. It's very good to see you. I have my trusty notebook so I can help you guys out. Oh, there's 3 people here now. Okay. You're alive, you can change your mindset. Here's how you do it. How do you change? Now, here was a question I got, and I'm going to read this question. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to read the question because then it will help you out. The question is, I realized I've had a very negative belief about money that has kept it at bay, or when I have it, it runs through my fingers like water, and I find myself back in the same broke place over and over again. The fear is the more I make, the more other people will take from me. The other person could even just be Uncle Sam or the tax man. Basically, the more I'll lose. So staying broke is somehow safer. I know this belief is not serving me. What is a good belief to reverse this one? Alrighty then. The issue here is, why is it that you feel that somebody always wants to take from you? Where did that come from? That thing of being taken advantage of. So first of all, there's fear. But the fear of what? The fear of being taken advantage of. I'm writing it down. The fear of being taken advantage of. Ham. The fear of being taken advantage of. What? Why? Why would you be afraid of being taken advantage of? Perhaps in the past you've seen yourself as someone who appears to be the doormat. You know, somebody asks you to do something and you can't say no. So this is saying there's a lack of boundaries. Exactly. There's a lack of boundaries. And because it came from a caregiver, your mother, right? This is how now you set this. Do you see it? When you do something to someone once, you gotta get away with it. But when you do it to them twice, your body says, oh, this is the way we're gonna do this now. This is a habit. Because now, look at how it made you feel. It made you feel like you weren't heard. You weren't heard, nor were you respected. So that now, anytime you think of money, you feel disrespected, you feel unheard, and you feel like you're the doormat and anybody can come along. Make sense? This is how the body physically feels. The body physically feels like, you know what? And here's how it feels that way. Shoulders go up, the chest gets tight. And here you are with the worry. But you see, the worry did something. The worry causes you to feel resentment. So anytime now you see or think of money, all of these other things are there associated with money. Does this make sense? Exactly. So it kept you stuck in poverty, because this is how the body works. It works by way of association. Listen, let me put it to you this way, because you mentioned a word there. You said safer in your original question. And the reason why it seems safer is because the body likes familiarity. That's what makes the body feel safe. The body likes to be sure of what's going on. And so because you have this history of having your stuff taken from you and always having to share it, that is familiar to your body. And because it is familiar to your body will stay there because that's what it knows. It is comfortable doing that. That is now your rhythm. That is the law of rhythm. Does this make sense? So you see, all of those things are associated with money. Fear of being taken advantage of. Why does this always happen to me? Why am I the one always taken advantage of? And I bet you it's not just with money either. So there's a lack of boundaries. It's a lack of boundaries because you feel like nobody listens to you. You feel like you're disrespected. And then resentment begins to build because you're like, oh, you always do this to me. I don't like you very much. Then anger sets in, or frustration. Is that what's happening? Anger, resentment, frustration, those things are setting in? Right. Why are they setting in? They're not setting in now. They've always been there. It's just their natural progression from that feeling of fear. That's what the fear is under the umbrella. You're dealing with those things. So now you have to give your body a new way to associate and feel about money. You have to give your body a new way to feel and a new way to think about money. But this is the thing. It's not the friend, right? It's not the friend. It is your vibration. So your vibration is always going to have that kind of person around you because that kind of situation, that kind of scenario is safe for the body. That's why it keeps happening, because it is familiar to the body. Rhythm brings familiarity with something and it puts you at ease. But the problem is you don't want to be at ease with being taken advantage of. So we're on step 3. Step 1 is to acknowledge where you are at. You are feeling like, man, I can't hold on to money. Everybody always wants it. So not enough. That is where you are. We're using the law of polarity. So there's not enough. And you want to go to abundance. Right? So not enough to abundance. So now we have these 7 things here. The fear of being taken advantage of, lack of boundaries, you feel unheard, you feel disrespected, you have resentment, anger, and frustration building to the point as to where you have to cut off friends. So What's that third step in there that you need to do? Your body. If you are in a safe place, I want you to close your eyes for me. If you are in a safe place, so if you're not driving, you're not operating heavy machinery, that's a safe place. I want you to close your eyes for a minute, and I just want you to inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. I want you to do it again. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Again, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Begin to breathe that way now. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. If you will notice, your body is beginning to feel a little bit calmer, a little bit more at ease. You can let me know if that is true. I'm just writing in my notebook. So you're breathing a little bit deeper and the body's feeling calmer. Good. Now, that's always the third step. Step 1, where are you now? Step 2, where would you like to be? Step 3, what do I need to do right now? Good, you're feeling much more relaxed. You're calmer now. What is the boundary? The boundary means you have money right now because you work. Pay your bills in full and on time. That is step 3. Here's the reason for the boundary. The boundary of paying your bills means you're not going to take from yourself to give to someone else to put yourself at a detriment. So being faithful to you first is step 3. Pay your bills in full and on time, if that is possible. If you have to split it to pay them twice, the point here is you are doing what you need to do for you. That is step 3. I have this in writing, so I will take a picture. Step 4, once you've paid your bills in full and on time, make sure you have your food. Make sure you have your fuel for your car. You see what I'm saying to you now? Then you don't have a boundary. You will continually put your own self at a detriment. So the boundary is, I pay my bills in full and on time. Period. Nobody can come to you and say, oh my God, I'm really in a pickle. You say, I'm sorry, I am not in a position to assist. You have to hold your boundary. Because when you begin to hold your boundary, you become more confident. You say, oh, I did that. Now, you see what you just said there? If you don't put yourself first and respect yourself first, as the law of correspondence will tell us, as within, so without. If you hold that boundary to say, I'm sorry, I am unable to assist. You're not lying. You're paying your own way. How can you assist? What are you, Onassis right now? No, you're not Onassis right now, but you're on your way to becoming Onassis. You understand? So if you hold the boundary, you begin to feel a sense of respect for yourself. How is it that another grown person can say to you, pay this for me, and now turn around and disrespect you? You see where the resentment and the anger comes from? Because they don't care that you put yourself out for them. Well, you won't do that again, will you? Because your boundary is pay your bills in full and on time. The second thing is make sure your food is adequate at your house. Then make sure you've got fuel in your car. Oh, but Angela, how is that going to bring me more money? It's going to bring you more money because you'll see what you're dealing with. When you budget, you'll see. And when you begin to feel at ease in your body with, oh my God, I paid my bills. Yay. I've got food. Yay. The tank is full. Yay. You know what that feels like? You can do this. You have a sigh of relief. Now, it is the sigh of relief that we're going to look at next. You see that sigh of relief, that ease that you feel in your body, that you have just done something to better yourself? Instead of, oh my God, I just helped you and now you don't want to help me back and then you're mad. You see what happens? Look at the difference between the body. The sensation of ease and accomplishment of having done it compared to the sensation in the body of anger and frustration and resentment. Money cannot come to you if your body is in a state like that. If that's where you walk around and you think of money, think about it. You're thinking of money, never having enough, and that's what it feels like in your body. So now that you do what you're supposed to be doing with your own money that you worked hard for, your body begins to feel at ease. When you pay your bills on time, there's always a, that feels good. You can go in your cupboard and you're like, you're not old Mother Hubbard, right? You can go and open the cupboard and there's food in there. You feel good about that. When you feel good in the body, you understand the shoulders aren't up here. You're not grinding your teeth. The fists aren't clenched. And you know what it is? It's money. When you think of money, that's what happens to the body. So now you associate money and this. So because the body likes familiarity, it will keep putting you, the vibration that your body is in, will keep putting you in those situations where you are dealing with money like this. So, if you do things with money that create ease in your body, what are you telling your body? You're saying to your body, you see, money, I earned it, or I created it myself. See how good that feels? Oh, and your body is like, yeah, that's nice. Now you just have to keep telling your body that until your body becomes familiar with that sensation, because you're going to be presented with another opportunity to be taken advantage of because that is familiar. But because you are reprogramming the body, retraining the body, reprogramming your subconscious mind, you have to show your body continually what the thought feels like. This is the law of correspondence. The thought in your mind of money is either one of, I don't have enough, it's hard to come by, or money? Money comes to me in one of four ways, man. I either earn it as an employee or an entrepreneur. I either find it, I win it, or it's given to me. Those are the four ways that money can come in. So now you are relaxed. You are at ease. And when you are at ease, physically in your body, the vibration is open to receiving more money. Does this make sense? I'm just taking notes. Does it make sense, y'all, that the way your body, this is the law of correspondence. The thought in your body has to the thought in your mind has to correspond with the sensation, the physical sensation in your body. And the reason why it must correspond is, listen to the word correspond and confirm. They help because they tell you what's going on here matches what's here. If every time you think of money and you're like, piece of cake. If you're going to look at something to buy and you go, oh, I can afford that. Do I need it though? I can get it if I want to. Versus, I just gave away all my money. I have nothing left. And I really want that thing and I can't buy it for myself. You begin to get angry. And when the body registers that anger, now you are associating, because remember, the more potent the emotion that is attached to a particular thought, that is what creates the impression upon the subconscious mind right away. That's one of two ways you can impress the subconscious mind: a potent emotion or repetition. So what you're going to repeat, listen, it does not change. What you're going to repeat is this. You pay your bills in full and on time. Fill up your cupboard and the gas tank. And now you get to do something that is very interesting. There's things like, depending on if you're Canadian or American, there's, oh snap, there's Robin Hood. There's, shoot, I forget the other name, but you can do investing. But Angela, now is not a good time to invest. Oh, really? You think so? Everybody has to eat. Everybody's got to find a place to live. So you invest in what? You invest in a commodity, oil and gas. These are not things that you buy and sell. You invest in it and you hold because they pay a dividend. So now you're going to have at least $30 left over. Now you can invest. And what we can do, you can buy fractional shares. If a share is $80 and you only have 30, you can buy a fraction of that share. Why would you invest? Look at what investing tells you. When you think of investing, the first person's name that comes to mind is who? Warren Buffett. This man has been investing in Coca-Cola for how many decades has he been investing in Coca-Cola? When you buy shares, you don't buy and sell. You buy and you hold. Because whether or not the market fluctuates is irrelevant. What you're doing is looking at the longevity of the thing. That's why it's an investment. Buying groceries is just buying groceries. You're spending money. So now that you've paid your bills on time and in full, your cupboard is full, your gas tank is full, you will notice you have extra money to invest. When you invest, even if it is $30, $60 a month, even if you invest that, you know what you start to feel like in your body? Ah, I got money to invest. Hey, I got money to invest. It makes you feel good, which means the vibration is higher. So when you think of money, you're like, I can invest. So what is that going to do for you? Bring you more money. So that means you might get a raise at work. You might be inspired to open your own business on the side. You know how they call it a side hustle? You may be inspired to do that. So when I say to you, look at, I thought to invest in a Roth IRA. Ooh, Rothschild. Ooh. At the time, but thought helping my friend was more important. I want you to mull that over. What does that feel like in your body? See where you can feel when you read that statement. See, there you go. I'll touch on that in a minute, but I want you to notice what you just said to me. You thought helping your friend was more important. How does that feel in your body right now? Tell me what it feels like in your body. There's an emotion attached, but what does that emotion present like in your body? Anxiety usually presents with a faster heart rate. Tell me what you feel in your body, and you'll begin to understand. Once you tell me, I'll tell you why. So now you say you run your own business. So once you start investing, right? More clients. More clients. But I saw what you put there. I'm glad you are now aware that every time you think of money, your body says, well, money feels awful. So how can money come to you if the vibration is one of money is awful? Does this make sense to you? Because now here's the other thing you said. You were trying to buy love. One cannot buy love because it is not for sale. This is why, as within, so without. If it is your mindset, I pay my bills on time, I've got fuel and food, and I invest, right? I have clients coming in the door. I just got this funnel of money pouring into me all the time. Why? You're not just saying that random willy-nilly. You're saying it because it is true. Why is it true? Well, do you not, since this incident occurred, now, do you not pay your bills on time? So when you pay your bills on time and you've got food in the cupboard and gas in the car and you invest your money, do you know what blossoms out of that? Oh, self-love blossoms from right there. Because chances are having to seek the approval of others so that you will be accepted is also something you have been dealing with. Right? 100 Black Rock, I see you. Does that make sense? So you see what happens? When you don't feel in here what is true, you will behave like that on the outside. As within you, so without. So it may seem trivial. What do you mean pay my bills on time and in full? What do you mean invest? Because it makes you feel a sense of accomplishment. It makes you feel self-respecting. It makes you feel bold. It makes you feel, what's the other word I want to say? Confident. Because when you know that for yourself, that you are confident, you will also know that you can't buy love. You can't give away enough money to have companionship, to have self-respect. You can't do that. And that's what you will learn if you follow those simple things. Step 1, where are you now? Step 2, where do you want to be? Step 3, breathe in through the nose and out through the nose and calm your body down. You get a better sense, get clarity. And then it's money related. You're self-employed. Pay your bills on time and in full. Right. See, Em, now here's the beautiful part of how you can use that. You were there before. How did it feel in your body when you were like that? How did it feel to be in that place of self-worth and financial stability? Think about it and then tell me how it felt in your body. Did you sleep better at night? This is what I'm getting at. If the mind and the body are relaxed, of course you're going to sleep good. But if you're up worried, oh my God, and the more you worry about money, you associate worry with money. So how can you get more? So this is why you have to use the law of polarity to be practical. You're going to manifest more money. Of course you are. See, you felt strong. You felt like secure. You see, we think it's money, but it isn't. It isn't the money. The money's a byproduct. Because when you're open with that kind of a vibration, then the money comes. Because you're open and you allow it to flow into you. Because when you have a lifestyle of ease, things flow, clients come in. You want to get back to a place where, man, your phone is busy. People are calling you all the time. That's where you want to get to, right? So the body feels at ease and relaxed now. Now you can work with that. Because people say, well, Neville Goddard never said to do that. Neville Goddard told you to do what? Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. But how can you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled if you have a negative association with the thing you are trying to acquire? If you have a negative sensation in your body, he's telling you to do what? Feel the sensation. Feel it being fulfilled. How can you feel it fulfilled if you resist it? Meaning you've got something there already. Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense? Like it's so when Neville says assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, he's telling you you have to know what that sensation, and this is why he says to you, what would it feel like if? What would it be like if you had what you want? So now if you sit there and you bring up that sensation in your body of what it would feel like, right? Here's the problem. He tells you to persist in that. But we get caught up because we can't see the end result because we haven't used polarity. Neville had an easier time of doing it because A, he didn't come from poverty. B, he was a dancer. And as a dancer, you have to see the choreography, feel the choreography so you can express the moves when you do them. So he had a certain set of skills already that he used. You also have a certain set of skills that you can use. And that's why because he was using these very same laws, he just didn't tell you that. Because when people want what they want, they just want what they want. And they want it now. So he told you, fall asleep in that sensation in your body. But people, when we don't persist, when we don't see the big picture, well, how can I pretend? How can I, you know what I mean? How can I fake it? Because people think that's what you're doing. You're not faking it. You're knowing it to be true. When you know something to be true, then this is how you can approach the Sabbath. Remember, he says, it's here now. It's impressed upon your subconscious mind. It is only a matter of time until it shows up because everything has its level of maturity. Does this make sense to you today? I'm going to take a sip of water. Let me know if it makes sense. If you want more elaboration about how you can change your mindset, if you have another thing you want to change your mindset about, you let me know. And we'll do it again. It's really important that we understand what we are doing. Because to go from one mindset to another, you have to persist and you have to be consistent. So it's not this month you're going to take a break and not pay something. You're going to pay it the same way because it's due the same time every month. That's the law of rhythm. And the reason why the law of rhythm is there, the law of rhythm, what is the law of rhythm? You have night, you have day. You have sleep, you have awake. You have full, you have empty. You have high tide, you have low tide. Do you understand the law of rhythm now? So the law of rhythm brings peace of mind. If you know your bill, yes, if you know your bill is due on the 18th of every month, then you pay it either on the 18th or before. Why? Because once it's done, you can say, that was easy. I'm done. You see, it brings a sense of comfort, the law of rhythm. Yes, the key is to take care of yourself first. Why? The law of correspondence tells you, as within you, so you will experience on the outside. It doesn't say as within George, so that she'll get to experience it on the outside. No, it is always going to be you. So if you don't care for you first, you cannot expect somebody else to come along and care for you. It's not going to happen. You care for you first, and the way you care for you is what you will experience. The way you care for you, if you care for yourself with love, appreciation, attention, kindness, generosity, then on the outside of you, someone will come and mirror back to you what you feel about you and how you treat yourself. So if you keep giving away your money because you want somebody to be a friend, that means you are not your own friend. And because you're not your own friend, there's no friend within, so there can't be a friend on the outside. Does this make sense? It is law. It is not an opinion. As a man sows, so shall he reap. That's not just for your carrots and your peas and your corn and cabbage. That's for, how do I feel about myself? You know what? I love me. You know why I love me? I invest more than I spend. I rest when I'm tired. I make sure that I eat healthy. I make sure that if I say I will do this, I do this. If I say I'm going to do that, I do that. Why? Because now I know I have integrity of self. And if you have integrity of self, you will encounter other people who also have integrity towards you because they have it within themselves. As within, so without. This is law. And here's the thing. You will get so good at this, that you won't necessarily have to say no. Because you won't be bringing those types of people to you. Hear me? Once you change your mindset, the outside has to change to match you. So if you have boundaries and you have self-respect and integrity, well, then that's who you're going to encounter. You won't encounter a freeloader. I don't make the rules. I followed them. I am governed by them. This is law. So that's why you don't have to believe it. You need to know it. As within you, so must you experience on the outside. That's why you take the time to really get a sense of, okay, so where am I failing here? What am I failing to do? Not failing as you're a failure, but failing to do, not complete. What are you not doing? You know what they tell you when you're flying on the plane. Should we encounter turbulence and the oxygen masks descend, put on your own mask first, and then the mask of the other person you are taking care of. So, how can you take care of somebody else and neglect you? It is law, right? So, in order to change your mindset, first identify the mindset that you have. You see, this is why I told you to email me. And of course, when I said that to you, I thought, oh no, is she going to think I'm trying to get her to buy coaching or something? I thought that, and I said, no. These videos speak for themselves. People know me by now. And the reason why I wanted you to email me was so I could have a conversation with you to explain what you are doing instead of just saying, here, do this, 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 and this. There's no point. You don't teach that way. You don't educate that way. I want you to be able to be confident to do these things, use these laws in your life every single day. But in order to do that, you must understand them so that you can better apply them. And so that's why I didn't respond to your question with just a text and say, just do this or just do that. Because if you don't understand the mindset that you currently hold, how can you change it? So that is always the first step. Acknowledge where you are. And some people say, well, I don't have money. You see how it started out with you don't have money, but then we ended up all the way at fear of being taken advantage of, disrespected, resentment, anger, frustration, and buying love. But you thought it was money. Now you see why I wanted to explain to you the significance of understanding what it is you are doing. Revision. Yes, revision is simply the law of correspondence. You have to put the new thing inside your mind and practice that new behavior. That is what revision actually means. Revision, because he's telling you, because I've heard some people ask in the past, oh, but this thing has already happened. How can I revise it? It's not the thing. It is not the incident that you are revising. It is how you feel about the incident that you are revising, which means, remember how I said to you, how did it make you feel inside your body when they told you, they pretty much will brushed you off and said, I'm not going to pay you. I'll pay you when I can. I'll pay you when I want to. And disrespected you. See how that felt in your body? Right. So to revise that situation, you now need to use the law of polarity to say, all right, first of all, I know where I'm at. I don't want to be taken advantage of anymore. So I need a boundary. Where is this boundary going to come from? Pay your bills on time. And you have to persist in those behaviors until they become your new habit. You pay your bills on time, you got food, you got fuel, you invest. Those are the things that you do because those are the things that lead you across the bridge of incidents. Those are the things Those actions lead you across the bridge of incidents. Then Neville Goddard says to you, put on your new behavior like you're putting on a brand new pair of shoes. When you put your feet in a pair of shoes, brand new pair of shoes, you have to walk in them, don't you? Which means you have to do these actions day in and day out. Assume the state. How is somebody respected? How are they treated? How do they behave because they're respected? You have boundaries. So you have to walk in your boundary every single day. You cannot compromise. You must persist in walking in your boundary. When you persist in walking in your boundaries every single day, you become. Neville tells you every state already exists, and just put it on like a jacket. So if you're going to put on self-respect like a jacket, well, that means you have to behave in a way that will cause you to be respected. You just can't sit and go, I am respected, I am respected, I am respected, I am respected. And every time you go outside, somebody disrespects you. You see why people want to give up? And they think that the law doesn't work? Because they don't understand the root and the foundation of it. So now that you understand the root and the foundation, to revise means get a new habit started. Not the old way. This is why he calls it the old man. Put off the old man. Walk in the new man. The new man who is respected respects himself first. So you have to start respecting you first. You got to start looking people in the eye. You got to start practicing that firm handshake. You don't just sit on the couch and say, I'm respected, I'm respected, I'm respected, or play it all night in your phone as you sleep, I'm respected, I'm respected. You have to behave. Remember, in Neville's lecture when he says, catch the mood, and he was trying to leave Barbados, but he couldn't because he didn't have a ticket to leave on the steamship, right? He didn't have a ticket. And so what did he do? He sat in his chair. He closed his eyes. And what did he do? He walked up the gangplank in his imagination. But he didn't just walk up the gangplank in his imagination. He knew what walking up a gangplank felt like to his body because he's walked up a gangplank before. So he brought up that sensation of walking up that gangplank. I told you he was a dancer. So he knew how to imagine every move. And as he imagined the move, his body would move to match what he saw. It is the law of correspondence. The image in his mind, he had to move his body to match it. This is why he was as successful as he was, because he understood those things. But we want a quick, hard, fast fix, but we don't want to put in the work. So to put in the work means assess where you are right now. And if you are dissatisfied with where you are, well then, where would you like to be? This is the law of polarity. And in between that space of I'm here and I want to be here, you see that space in there? What step do you take here to move? What's the next step? And the next step? And the next step? And oh, you're there. So every day to remain here, you have to do all the steps in there to remain there. That opens the door for you to get more clients. Well, how? Because you're walking around with a lifestyle of one of ease. When you think, wow, I'm so glad I know these things. I'm so grateful that I know what to do if ever I'm in a pinch. I'm so glad that I don't just use it to get willy-nilly things, but I live my life from this place of this state of well-being. So how can money and clients and companions not come? If you are living in the state, assume the state. And a state consists of the actions between not and. I don't have and I have. A state consists of the action steps you take in between. That is the law of polarity. Does this make sense? I feel free to drop your questions in there. Like, and here's something for you. If you find that this channel is of benefit to you, and you can choose, there's over 400 videos here. If you find that anything here is of a benefit to you, consider becoming a member. 99 cents a month, that's where it starts. You can choose that tier if you'd like, because you know and you trust that you can get accurate content here. And I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm giving you the law, straight, no chaser. It burns a little going down, but then it makes you feel good when you know what you are capable of doing. And you don't ever have to say things like, oh my God, I keep getting the opposite. Oh no, I don't know how. I'm stuck. Use the law and you will never be stuck. Does this make sense? I'll sip a little bit of water and you can drop your questions in the chat and let me know if you need more elaboration about something else. On my, hang on. Da, 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 da. Okay. When you go under the description box, you see it says to learn more. Click on that. That's the direct link to YouTube, and it will ask you if you want to go to like Safari or something. And when you click on Safari, if you have Apple or Chrome, you click on there, it'll take you and you'll see join. And when you hit join, it'll show you which tier. There's 4 tiers in there. Oh, snap. Thank you very much for your generosity today, my dear darling. My dear darling Black Rock. Thank you so very much for your generosity. It is appreciated. But does that make sense today, guys? It is simple. You are breathing, you can change your mindset. You just need to, you see, that's the one thing no one had to teach you how to do. Nobody had to teach you how to breathe. You just did it. But what happened over time is our situations, the way we felt on the inside, caused our breathing to change. You grew up in a stressful situation, you hold your breath a lot because you're always anxious. Oh, yes. Nobody taught us how to breathe, but we just know how to do it. So you can do that, you can change the mindset. Changing your mindset simply means creating a new habit. We are governed by our behavior, by our habits. You know who knows that the best? A thief. How can I say that? Well, they watch their target. Why would they watch you? Why would a thief watch you? To see when you come and when you go. What is that? A habit. So if a thief knows that a human being has a habit, why do we seem to forget that we have habits? And that's all we are. We are comprised of habits. So be careful. Like I tell my son every time, choose the habit. Choose the behavior you want to be real good at. So if you think biting your nails is a good idea, go ahead with that. And it becomes a habit. Anyway, I trust these things made sense to you today. If you have more questions, definitely let me know because I'm always here. And I usually I'm online Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for morning inspiration. I don't necessarily answer questions there. I just inspire you with the law to get up and out the door and on your way. That's what I do there. And then the nighttime, I do a premiere guided meditation. I'm reformatting it. These ones are just quick ones that I usually post to have different sensations in the body to fall asleep under. But I'll be doing one that's longer to help you to unwind from the day and, really relax. And I do have some workshops coming up. Members, those are free attendance for the members. It's included in your membership. And let's see, the all that's coming up. I forget the other one, but they're in my community tab to tell you what's coming up for workshops for members. There's going to be another member sound bath coming up for relaxation, those kinds of things. Members have access to me, like to call me, like if like today, if you found that your this explanation wasn't enough and you wanted to go further, I do have coaching for that. But I try and be I am very detailed because not everybody needs coaching. You know, not everybody needs one-on-one coaching, but that's why I always give value. Always give value, because when you do it and it works for you, now you know what you are capable of doing, and so you do it. And that's the part that I want you to have. Do you see what I'm saying? That freedom, that peace of mind. That's why we do these things. That's why we teach the law day in and day out, and I live by it. And for all the testimonies that we've been getting, you understand, the house, well, there was two of those, two houses, money, like all of these things. And all these people are doing is applying the law. More clients. And they're just applying the law the way I teach them. And I've also been seeing it. And some of them were there too that morning when we went viral on Fanbase, you know, and I've never been viral on Fanbase, but I haven't stopped being on Fanbase. So all of these things are happening because I live under that alignment with law. I do not deviate from it because it's not fun to deviate from the law. So to recap today, so we can be free, there's 7 people here. Let me know who you are, because I know there's M here, there's Melissa here, there's Black Rock here. Yeah, they made themselves known in the chat. So if you want to tell me who you are, go ahead. But to recap, if you're breathing, you can change your mindset. How do you change your mindset? By first recognizing where you are. You're going to use the law of polarity. Where are you? I'm here. Cynthia, darling. It is so good to see you. So recognize where you are. I am here, but I want to be here. So in that space here, see this space? The pendulum swings in this space. The law of polarity. The pendulum is swinging in this place. Yeah? To and fro, it swings every time. So what you do, what's the step in there? Right here. And the next one. And the next one. And the next one. You take yourself from to. And you do these steps in there every single day because it is the law of rhythm. It's okay, Cynthia. The replay is always good. But once you keep doing those steps that are in between, you create a rhythm. And it is that rhythm that brings peace of mind. Well, how would it bring peace of mind? Because it shows you what you've done. It shows you, oh my God, I can do this. And because I know I can do it, I'm so relaxed. And because you are relaxed, your vibration, because everything vibrates. That is law number 3. Everything vibrates. Nothing stands still. Your body may look like it is standing still, but let me tell you something. Your heart is beating. The little alveoli in your lungs are moving. Your blood is moving in your veins. Your muscles are moving. Nothing stands still. And whatever rate of vibration you are, meaning if your vibration is one of, yay, I'm free, because it's not fake. You know why you're free, because you can apply the law and watch it change right before your eyes. Like that. That's what you can do. So you don't have to fake anything. Right? So that joy is in there, and that joy now influences the vibration. Now the vibration, if you can see it, some people can see the aura, that is your vibration. That vibration is one of ease, relaxation, well-being. So as within you, this is what you'll experience on the outside. You got well-being here. Hey, well-being is going to be out there. So it doesn't matter wherever you go. You'll get the sale. If something didn't go quite right, you get reimbursed. No questions asked, no fighting required. If you say, oh, I'd like to take a trip. Oh my God, there's a great seat sale. Hotel, half off. What? I am the luckiest girl there is. See what I'm saying to you? That is a lifestyle of well-being, which means when you put your head on your pillow and you say, that was another beautiful day. I'm so grateful that I know the law and I practice and I live it. I'm grateful for my life of well-being. You fall asleep in a state of well-being. What are you going to wake up in a state of? Well-being. And you continue the cycle. Now here's how it works the other way. You fall asleep with a bad attitude. You fall asleep tense. You fall asleep anxious. You fall asleep in depression. That's how you'll wake up. Now this is a good question. How do you explain the worth of the dollar? Ooh. Individuals, we partake in money. Individuals partake in money. We use money, right? We use money. But who's the person who determined the worth of that money? Who's the person who prints the money? Who's the person who owns the Federal Reserve? Who's the person who owns the World Bank? They are the ones who dictate. How can they dictate the money and the worth of it? They dictate the money and the worth of it by using the law of polarity. Well, they use all the laws because you can't separate any of them. Remember this, you can't separate them. So what's the first law? Mentalism. The all is mind. The universe is a mental creation. So they want to create something within you. So they have to project it outward. What are they projecting? Oh my God, the bank is crashing. What did I tell you how the body learns? The body learns by way of two things, a strong emotion or by repetition. And in this case, I don't know who they are. They use both of those things. How do you know they use both repetition and a strong emotion? Tell me how you feel when you can't go to the bank and withdraw your money. Panic sets in, anger sets in, rage sets in. Strong emotion, fear, but repetition. The Great Depression. The stock market crash of 2008. That is repetition. So they keep doing it over and over and over again. Why? Because now you're polarized. Where are you polarized? You're polarized with fear. Nothing grabs anybody's attention more quickly than money. Cha-ching! What's his name? Mr. Krabs. Listen, if a paper dollar falls, he knows exactly the denomination. If metal falls, he knows. Oh, that's 5 cents. That's $1. Mr. Krabs knows the sound of money when it falls, whether it be coin or paper. So today we will recognize money is the thing we hold dearest to us. And it's not because it's money, right? It is what money is associated with. That's what we hold dear to us. Our security, our comfort, our safety. We hold those money, those go together right there. So if the money is gone, right? But the comparison of the dollar, that's them. The US has their own way of doing things monetarily. Canadians, we don't partake in high risk things. Not the way the Americans do. And so this is why the dollar is different. The terms are set differently based upon the habits of the country that they live in. That's why money is the way it is. Every country has their own way of doing things. They have a habit of doing things in a particular way. Is that what you meant? The worth of the dollar, the Canadian. Well, first of all, there's more Americans. So the more Americans, you have more money in circulation. The more you have in, ooh, there's my dryer. The more money you have in circulation, it decreases the value. Canadians, we only have 35 million people. We have less money in circulation, right? But again, our dollar's usually on par with yours, just off by like cents. So I think, what are we now? Are we 78 cents to your dollar? So we're pretty close, right? But that's my explanation, because I'm not a financial person, like a financial advisor, but I understand things by way of law, how you get rhythm and what you can expect. Right? Even if you say bear and bull market, what is that? The pendulum swings between the bear and the bull. The bear is, ooh, buy. The bull, hold. So it's a rhythm. That's the law of rhythm. You can't escape it. I don't know if that made sense to you, but I know I tend to go off on a little bit of a tangent, but yes, that's the disparity we're dealing with the dollar at the moment. But it's not, like I said, it's not too bad. I think last I checked, I think it was 78 cents Canadian for $1 US. I think that's what it was. But like I say, I'm not 100% sure because I haven't checked as of late. Are there any more questions before we go? I trust these things make sense. So to recap one more time. You're breathing, you can change your mindset. Step 1, where are you now? Step 2, where would you like to be? Step 3, what's the first step you can take from here to there? And what you do every day is these steps in between. You do them every day, you do those steps, and you will be polarized where you want to be. That is a summation of how to change your mindset by using the laws of creation. The all is mind. The universe is a mental creation. As within, so without. As above, so below. Everything vibrates between two poles. Swing to and fro, creating a rhythm, an ebb and a flow. Every cause has its effect, and every effect its cause. A projection of the will, which is masculine, giving life, giving form, which is feminine. Those are the principles that we live by. Whether we know we live by them or not, it is always in your interest to know that you live by them. Wait. Nighttime. It's 7:30. It's nighttime. You know that it'll be daytime in 12 hours. Rhythm. So what do you need to believe? You need to know. You know, you plant your garden. You know what you've planted based upon what harvest you reap. Listen, if you need more clarification, just hit me up and I'll do my best to help you out. But that is what it is today. Live by way of law, and your life will be one of ease and well-being. Even though the outside looks tumultuous, if each person were to calm themselves, you see, the external is only a reflection, whether individually or collectively. Make sense? Alrighty then. Thank you again, BlackRock, for your generosity this evening. And everybody, thank you for being here. I love you all. I trust that answered a myriad of questions so that we can now begin to apply what we've... Elsie, hey! It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I trust your writing is coming along, darling. I trust your writing is coming along. And yeah, I know you just got here. And we're just wrapping up. but the replay is always available. But yes, I'm glad your writing is coming along. Stay the course. I'm sure you set your time because you're part of 2190, if memory serves me correctly. You have set your time to say, I write for this amount of time every single day. Same time every day. Because that's how you create the habit of being a writer. And now success is right there. Because why? You successfully are writing every day. And because you are successfully writing every day, you are a successful writer. So continue to write every day. You get your new ideas. You are a successful writer. Why? Because a successful writer writes every day. They get new ideas. And then, you know what else they do? They're guided to share their writing with everyone else. Does this make sense? How you assume the state that you want to be in? Yeah. But I trust. I know, Elsie, if you have a question, you can let me know if you have a question. Cynthia, you can let me know if you have a question if you're still here. Like, I have 77% on my iPad. What do I have on my phone? I can't see what I have on my phone. But it'll tell me. Once I get to 20%, it'll tell me. And we're not there yet. So we got time to talk. So if you have questions, ask them. Oh, Elsie, there's no need to be nervous about sharing with anybody. Here's something for you to encourage you to get past this nervousness. Everybody's nervous. But I'll say this. Continue to write and do it every day. And the reason you will become bold to share is because you are continually polarizing yourself in the direction of being a successful writer. And it is only a matter of time until the cup runneth over and you have to share. So don't force yourself to share. Let yourself share. And you'll know exactly when the time is right to share. See? You came because you needed to hear that tonight. All right? You came because you needed to hear that. But does that make sense? Because it's just one of those things. You know, we do it every day. We practice every single day. This is what we do. See, now there's 11 people here. What is with that? Every time I say, we're going to go, everybody shows up. That's my cue to stay. So we're going to stay. Ask your questions. If you have a question to ask about changing your mindset, what kind of mindset would you like to change? Let me turn the page on my notebook so I can see what I'm suggesting to you. So if you have a thing that you want to change, now's the time. Yes, Elsie, you see, persistence is a beautiful thing, is it not? You persisted and you are consistent, and now your book is just about done. Well, don't stop now. Continue on. Continue on. So that you can, what's that word? You can reap the benefits of being a successful writer. Being a successful writer has benefits. And like I said, it's only a matter of time till the cup runneth over and you share it. That's the beauty of the law, day in and day out. Are there any questions regarding on how to change your mindset? A particular scenario that you're dealing with right now that you want to change? I tell people, take full advantage of this. Sonia, you want to change what you want to change, caring about what people think? Okay. There, Black Rock. LC, did you see what Black Rock said? He said, if you got poems, you need to do a spoken word session. Oh, snap. And LC, that means you're going to have to call Queen Marat as well, because she's also a poet. And you call double A. And what do? You showcase you, because you are the showcase. And then you have guests. You already have ideas for your next poetry. You see? You won't have to worry about advertising. Tell you why. See, I'm coming, Cynthia and Sonia. You don't have to worry about advertising. You know why? When you say, I am here right now, which means nobody knows about my poetry, and you want to be here. Everybody knows about my poetry. This is a law of polarity. So what do you need to do? Get your poetry into ears of people. And you will start to figure out what you need to do. You'll host. If you have Insta, you'll go live there. You got Twitter, you'll go live there. You got fan base, you go live there. You're getting your poetry in the ears of people. And then when you do that, oh my God, you know more poets. Collaborate. All these things will begin to fall into place for you and just be easy to do. You're not going to have to fret about advertising, because it'll be so easy for you to do. Cynthia, I'm at a point in training where I have to move past an old habit. In the past, I would abandon the journey when I got bored or the excitement wore off. I understand this one. Well, you have to know why you're doing what you're doing. The only example I can give you right now is me. I get up every morning and I stream live. Every single morning for morning inspiration. People ask me, oh my God, how do you stay doing that? Like, do you never run out of things to talk about? I'm like, dude, it's the law. You can't run out of things to talk about. There's 8 billion people, 8 billion experiences. There's plenty to speak about, to inspire people, to get them to change. So I get up and I do it. So every day it is exciting. Why is it exciting? What keeps me doing it? The law itself is invigorating when you get around it. So the thing that you're doing, they tell you, you must know your why, because the why is what keeps you fully engaged and it keeps you from burnout. Why are you doing it? Cynthia, why are you doing it? Why are you doing that thing? Because when you know why you're doing the thing, you begin to see why you lose excitement. Does that make sense? When you see why you do it, when you see what your motivation is, you will begin to, when you see why you do it, you will begin to understand what causes you to give up because of boredom or lack of excitement. Here's the thing. When you do the law teaches you how to be centered and how to be balanced, where you're not, you're not that. You are consistently down the middle, meaning your emotions are ordered. They are balanced. So if you need excitement to do what you're doing, assess yourself. Because excitement will not always be there. It's like a marriage. What does Sinbad say? You know, when you're married, when you're dating, and you're like, oh my God, there he is. And then after you're married, you're like, oh, there he is. You know, excitement is not always going to be there. Excitement is fleeting, but passion, the reason why you do what you do, that is what keeps you there. Cynthia, does that make sense? Let me see. Am I a native Canadian? Naturalized Canadian. I am a Bajan first. I'm a Barbadian. How many other popular Barbadians do you know? Neville, Goddard, Rihanna, now me. I'm popular to you, not to the rest of the world the way those two are. I'm just popular to you. But now you know another Bajan, and a Sonia is Bajan. And so is, David is Bajan too. But David is not here in the chat. Anyway, hold on. Yes, dude, it's the law. Okay, Cynthia. David, I just call your name. Call those things that are not as though they were, and they become. I just said David is a pigeon, and David is like, I'm here. It is law, people. You see how it is work? Fast, no? Um, and LC has a Bajan grandmother. Okay, Cynthia, you want to have the feeling of crossing the finish line? The feeling of crossing the finish line is one of accomplishment. Have you ever felt accomplished at all in your life? If you haven't, that's all right, because we can live vicariously through other people. Sonia, you put me around Bajas and my Bajan come out. Don't worry, she's not hidden. If you have not felt a sensation of accomplishment before, Cynthia, you can live vicariously through anyone. For instance, you know how you were driving sometimes and there's a construction zone and the construction zone has just closed and now all the construction is done? You're like, oh, thank God that's done. I can drive home without delay. That relief is from accomplishment. You can look at the accomplishment of other people to draw from it. Florida, whoo, Lord, it's still hot. Cynthia, does that make sense? Not being able to conjure up your own sensation in your body of accomplishment is okay. You can live vicariously, meaning, like I said, if you had to drive through a construction zone for 8 weeks, right? And finally construction is done and there's no more barriers, no more potholes. What's the first thing you say is, oh, I'm glad that's done. You see that relief? That is the accomplishment of the city workers getting the job done. That is accomplishment. Accomplishment feels like relief. It feels like, oh my God, I did it. I did that. I started and I finished. Oh. Another way is you do the laundry. You take all the stuff out, the dryer, you fold it, you put it away. That is an accomplishment. Look at how it makes you feel inside your body. I want you to get this part. How does it feel in your body when you're just like, oh my God, I'm done. Oh. You know, like you ate your supper and you're like, oh, I'm done. Right? A sense of accomplishment can be garnered from anywhere. So tonight, Cynthia, as you lay in your bed, I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to feel a sense of relief. Because you can use relief to get to accomplishment. Relief is, whew, I did it. Or another place where you can feel relief is you've been holding your bladder, right? And you just made it home just in time. And you sit there and you go and you're like, oh, that's nice. That is relief. You've had that before. You've had a feeling of relief. Exactly my point. So now that you can differentiate and say, oh my God, I have felt that in my body before. Yeah, oh yeah, I felt that. Here's another way to accomplish feeling that way. Do you know how if you don't remember the name of a song and you say, oh my God, what's the name of that song? It's on the tip of my tongue. What is that song? What's the person's name? It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't say it. I don't remember. And you say, what's the name of that song? In a couple minutes, what happens, Cynthia? You get the name of the song. Why did you get the name of the song? You asked your body to do something for you. You said, fetch me this memory. It is the same thing you can do with a sense of accomplishment in your body so you can fall asleep like that. So when you say, you know what does accomplishment feel like? Bring me a sensation of accomplishment. If you can't feel it, bring me a sensation of relief. And start to feel relief. When you start to feel the relief rise up in your chest, it rises. I taught you guys how to do this. Let's do it again. Anytime you're feeling tense, tight and you can't breathe, right here. Right here. And you come up, because it's your breastbone. You come up on it and you go out under the collarbone. Up and out. Up and out, up and out, up and out. Do it about 9 times. And when you're done doing that, you will notice that your body is more relaxed. Yes, it is. Now, you see that sensation in your body of how it feels relaxed? Good. Hold on to that. Let's do another one. This is heart 1, right under here, where the heart. You can put a needle in there, but we don't have a needle, so we gonna cup the hand and we gonna clap it like that. About 9 times. And you do over here. Right? Do that. Is your body not calmer right now? Does it not feel more relieved? More at ease? Right. Now that your body feels more at ease, now you can, Cynthia, you can use that. Now you tell your body, okay, this is the sensation I like to have in my body. You see this relief? You see this ease? You see this relaxation? This, every time I have a task to do, this is how I feel about that task. Just nice and easy. That is what you begin. And you must do it every single day, all day long. And you know when you know how to do it? When you get the thought of, oh my God, this is so boring. I just can't finish. Relax your body. Relax your body. And then you say, yes, we can. You see? This is the sensation. So now the association, right now you associate not finishing with that sensation of tension in the body, disappointment. But relax the body and tell it, this is what accomplishment feels like. And when you want to feel disappointment for not following through, calm your body and then say, we follow through. You see, this is what follow through feels like, right? Yes, this is what follow through feels like. And the more you do that, you are training, reprogramming your body. Cynthia, does that make sense? Elsie said, you have felt jealous of your family member that has this big time job, even though I don't think the big time job is for me. Now, let's look at this, and this is how we can live vicariously through people. You're welcome, Cynthia. If you need more elaboration, let me know and I'll do it again. Here's how we can continue to live vicariously. Instead of being jealous, remember, it is the association every time. If you think success, yeah? If you look at this person, this family member, and they are successful. But if you feel jealous of them, you are telling your vibration, you are telling your body, success makes me feel like this. Success makes me feel jealous. Which would mean the success isn't yours. It's somebody else's, or else you wouldn't feel jealous. So that's why if you associate success with jealousy, you will always be jealous and never successful. It is the association. So now, when you see them or you think of them, relax your body. Every time I do that, you're going to remember to relax your body. And then you say, that is what success looks like. See how accomplished they are? That's what success looks like. I love success because now the body is calm and you said, okay, body, success looks like that. See that ease? Success looks like that. So now you are opening yourself up for success and to be successful. Does that make sense? How you can use somebody else's experience and live vicariously through them without judgment to get yourself where you need to be. Does that make sense? Oh, David. David. David's like, I'm here. Oh, snap. But does that make sense? Because that is what we want. If ever you think of anything or anyone and you have a sensation of tightness, anger, resentment, those kinds of things inside your body, Now you know what you're dealing with and you know what you need to change. Bring up the sensation that you would like to feel, whether it is your sensation or you're watching somebody else. Bring it up. And that's why you do it over and over again. Where I have it written. Look, don't laugh, okay? Because this whole thing here trying to show you to go from one to the next. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. This is polarity. Not enough. Enough. Not enough. Enough. These are the steps that you repeat every single day, because where are they taking you from? They're taking you from not enough to enough. So you are polarizing yourself to abundance. Every time you do these steps, you're polarizing yourself. LC, you think you get it? Okay, let's do it again. If ever you feel yourself to be jealous of someone, for instance, I'll give you this example. Jeff Bezos, Rockefeller, Rothschild. Those are all names, Bill Gates, synonymous with money. Money, money, money. It's a rich man's world, right? ABBA, right? If you associate money with the personality of evil, you're going to think money is evil because you're associating money with them because their person, they just happen to have the money. The money isn't evil, right? So if you look at them and you say, well, ooh, you are associating money with not good. So if you say every time you think of money and you're like, not good because you think of them, you are associating yourself with not good. So every time you think of money, it won't be good and you won't have any. So how do you change from that? You look at them and you go, well, I'd like to be creative like them. Because clearly they're creativity, right? You've got to be creative to have that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? You've got to be consistent. You've got to be persistent. Neville Goddard tells you, when you see people being successful, look at their mind. Why? Alan Watts says to you, you will know a man by his habits. What is it that they do consistently and persistently? For one, they don't care what anybody else thinks about them. Sonia, that was your question earlier. I didn't forget you. They don't care about what anybody else thinks about them. Why not? Because if you stop and you care about what somebody thinks about you, where are you polarized? If you stop and you complain, oh my God, they don't like me. What if they don't like me? I just had a flashback of The Mask with Jim Carrey. And he was wearing the mask and he won the Oscar. He said, you like me. You really like me. Right? If you spend the time fretting about if someone likes you or don't like you, where are you polarized? You are polarized in the area. Remember, they don't like me, they like me. So if you're over here complaining that they don't like you and worrying about how do I make them like me, you're here. They're never going to like you. You want to be here to like you. So how do you get them to like you? You like you first. Your every action should be governed by clear thought, meaning one of integrity. Why? Because when you look in the mirror, you better like you. So when you do that action every day of, you know what? I like me. I'm doing the best that benefits me and benefits everybody. Not people pleasing. Remember, mutual benefit. If you don't speed down an icy road, that's a mutual benefit to the pedestrians and the other drivers. But if you drive down the road like Speedy Gonzalez and you don't care about somebody else's safety, which means you don't care about your own safety. So care about your own safety first. Care about liking yourself first. And the more you do that, You see, you have to make sure that you care about your behavior. Make sure that you don't be a Karen. You don't be a Darren. Make sure that you're respectful. Why? Because then that's where you're polarized. So now you don't have to please anybody. You don't have to hope they like you. Whether they like you or they don't like you should not be able to shake your polarity. Because remember, at the end of the day, wherever you're polarized is what you will experience. So that's why your polarity should matter to you more than somebody else's opinion of you. Because wherever you allow yourself to be polarized is what you will get to experience. Hey, you heard? So you see what I'm saying to you? Listen, the law is a beautiful thing. And BlackRock says, add more creative activities to your life. Yes. See, if you are polarized toward creativity and having fun and exploring, well, then the ideas have to flow. They don't have a choice because you're polarized there. The more you are polarized, the more magnetized you become. The more magnetized you become, now these things come to you. You walk across the bridge and people say, oh my God, you're so lucky. Oh, 20% battery power. I told you it would tell me. So, that was a scary face. I just went like, oh, 20%. What does this make sense to you today? I'm glad you all are having some sense of comic relief. But you know what's good about that? The law is beautiful like that. Because every time you remember, Angela said, I should calm my body. You know you'll do it. And you know when you do it, you'll laugh. You'll say, oh, this girl, she crazy as hell. That's what you'll say. But then, who will benefit from that craziness? I don't do it because I'm actually crazy. It's just the law is so exciting. Like, you can't just say it with a straight face, you know? Elsie, I'm glad it makes sense now, right? That's why somebody in this Reddit forum asked, how do you stop being jealous? How do you not covet? I'm like, because you can create it. Why would you covet your neighbor? I used to like reading that scripture. Don't covet your neighbor's wife. Don't covet your neighbor's ass, like the donkey, right? But me, I always just say, don't covet your neighbor's wife's ass. That's what I always said it that way. Because you can make it. I know I was crass, but you'll get past that. But that's what I mean when I say we have the capability of changing our mindsets on a daily basis. The only thing required from you is to be consistent and to be persistent. This is what you do. Listen, my sense of humor keeps me laughing all day. Don't worry. But that's the whole point. You're not supposed to be, I can't. I've been stuck in the same thing for too many years. I'm never going to change. My grandfather said to me, as long as you're alive, you can change. And what are you going to change? Your mindset. Change your perspective. That's why I'm telling you it is nothing to believe. It is something to know. Surely as night follows day, that is the law of rhythm. And how is rhythm formed? By you doing the same thing over and over and over again. The same way. We call it a habit, but it is rhythm. And if a thief knows that every man has a rhythm, you should know that you have a rhythm. You have a particular way of doing things. You do. Doesn't matter who. You are doing it the same way every single time. That is polarity. Use the steps in the law, and you know the law is there. That's an idea that wait, what? I just had today that I've been in the same space for years. Well, if the mindset hasn't changed, well, neither will the position. So the mindset has to change. As within, so without. What does Neville Goddard tell you? You can't break the mirror to change your face. The outside is just a reflection of what you've got going on within you. So if we are wise, we would observe the exterior so that we know how to change the interior mind. Sonia, honey, you are welcome. I'm glad these things. Black Rock. Yeah, I love you. And you know what? It's because you got eyes. Because you have eyes, use them. But you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I feel you. I feel you. Right? So, anywho, that's what I'm telling you today. You have the capability to change your life. You. Yes, you. You've got the ability to change your life. Exactly, Black Rock. When you stare, that's where you've polarized yourself, right? And polarizing yourself in a negative area can only have a negative outcome. I don't make the law, I'm just governed by it. Make that t-shirt. All right? Actually, I'm going to write that down. I don't make the law. Watch for that merch. Oh, Dan, hey! Why, thank you for your contribution to the algorithm, honey. I appreciate it. I truly do. But that's all I want to leave you with today. Do you see how easy it is for you? Originally, I was going to name it, you change your underwear, you can change your mindset. But I thought, I don't want to be crass. So I said, if you're breathing, you can change your mind. You sure can. But that's how easy it is. That's why polarity is important. And I will end with this. Polarity is important because it shows you where you are, and it shows you where you want to be, and it takes you across the bridge of incidents so that you can keep doing those steps every single day to develop your habitual lifestyle of well-being. Oh, yes, Dan. It's, you know how it is. I've been doing this for a little bit of time now. Right? A lot of shirts are. But I'm going to do that one. I don't make the law. I'm just governed by it. Yeah, watch for that. And you know, the law is so beautiful when you get around it and you memorize it so you can recognize it in the world and better utilize it. You really do change your life. And it is a pleasure to do so. And it is that joy that is unspeakable. You don't have words for it. It is just there. And you're just like, oh, yes, hallelujah, that's nice. It's just this beautiful joy deep within you. Because why? You know what you know. You don't have to believe because you know. Anywho, I thank you all for being here. And LC, Dan, 100 Black Rock, Sonia, Cynthia, M, David, let's see, Cynthia, yes, Melissa. I'm just scrolling through the shout out to everybody who was here. Thank you all for being here on such a lovely afternoon and allowing me to be a little crazy. This is my personality, though. Ask my bestie, she'll tell you Angela's crazy. But it's all right. It's a good kind of crazy. So I love you, and I appreciate you being here. And if you have questions, do what M did. Do what E.M. Velez did. Drop the question in the comments, and we'll help you out. And always, if you find that this channel is of a benefit to you, do consider joining as a member. They start at 99 cents a month. It would be greatly appreciated. Really? It's 10 p.m. there? Oh, yeah. I'm 8 p.m. here. Well, 8:15. I can't believe it. I think my boy fell asleep. But it's all good. I love you all. And I'll see you again Monday morning, right here on YouTube, Fanbase, Twitter, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Fanbase, yes, your sound bath is coming. YouTube, yours is coming again. And Patreon, yours is coming too. All right. Peace out, everybody. I love y'all. Much love. Thank you, David.